Today on This Is True Really News, the mayor of a Mexico City is let down.
Wouldn't it be of a Mexican city?
Mexicoan City.
Have it your way.
Please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. You can protest if you like, but I don't really care.
Wait a minute. Would it be like, subscribe, or follow This Is True Really News?
Please like, subscribe, and or follow This Is True Really News.
No, it's better the other way.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
I'm serious. Do you suppose Sheila ever gets up and goes, why did I ever say I do that for them?
I'm sure she does.
In
I think she
Schleiden-
wakes up at night.
I, in a cold sweat, bolt upright going, when did I think that would be a good idea? In Schleiden, Germany, high school students laid to rest a classmate who had been with them for generations. On beyond the human female skeleton that had dwelt in the school's biology classroom since the 50s,
Okay.
and whom they had given the Vietnamese name for Mysterious Peace, was gone.
Oh,
Students, teachers, and town officials buried the anonymous woman in the town's Protestant cemetery. Don't know why that's important. In a coffin marked with symbols of all the world. Now I know. In a coffin marked with symbols of all the world's major religions.
okay.
But before doing so, they collected DNA so that they might later learn her identity. The Associated Press reported that they had hoped to bury her earlier, but the pandemic had slowed plans to put her to rest.
Yeah, they didn't want to get her sick and then bury her. You can't get a Kleenex.
It's a skeleton. How could she sneeze?
Can you imagine her going into a bar? Give me a beer and a mop.
And the first person sees, good Lord, somebody give that woman a sandwich.
Right. That's what I'm
Future
saying.
biology students will be undertaking their classes with a plastic skeleton.
Oh, fine then.
Why, since the 1950s, all of a sudden did they figure we have to bury her now?
Who knows?
I have an idea, but I'm not going to say it because it just
It's
infuriates
PETA
me.
again, isn't it?
It probably is, or one of their cousins.
The mayor of a city in Mexico was feeling a bit let down the other day.
So he's the mayor of a Mexican city, you're saying?
Yeah, a Mexicoan city. After a new bridge collapsed during its inauguration.
That's not good.
Everything was going swimmingly
Apparently not.
until the mayor and selected dignitaries walked out on the bridge.
Were they Lardos or what?
Who knows? I haven't even seen a picture. Without warning, the bridge collapsed, sending the mayor and more than 20 others tumbling about 10 feet into a ditch and onto various rocks and boulders in a stream.
Oh,
8 people had broken bones. 4 city council members, 2 other city officials, and a local reporter were injured enough to require extraction via stretcher and were taken to local hospitals. The footbridge was part of a river walk along one of the city's many streams. The river walk was intended to be part of a revival of the city's natural attractions.
so close.
For now, it seems to serve as the jumping off point for a tour of local hospitals. Yeah.
We're walking. We're climbing down.
yeah.
We're walking. We're climbing up. Okay, carry on.
Call the guys at emergency. They'll go get them.
Wow. D. I have weird pictures now. DUI has a new meaning for drivers and hikers in Normandy, France, the region of France.
Yep.
According to the Connexion, deer under the influence. And it's 2 E's, not an EA. The 30 Million Friends Organization, they're an animal rescue, said at this time of year, deer gorge on spring flowers that are loaded with sugar, which ferments in their tum-tums and makes them, as we say in the old country, drunk as skunks, even if they're not skunks.
Man.
For example, they may become disoriented and sometimes panic. They may wander into dangerous situations.
Wow, that sounds
They
familiar.
may pee in public places
Shocked.
or
I am
puke
shocked.
on someone's hooves.
Oh, yeah. He wet my pants, too.
Experts see, and deer don't even wear pants.
That's pretty good.
Experts remind anyone who comes across a loaded Bambi to please stay calm and do not upset the animal.
Be kind to these creatures. They're
Have you seen drunk human beings? It's not
worse.
easy to not upset them. Saying something like, how are you, could blow the whole deal.
And calm down is not going to get you anywhere.
Bambi blitzed. Film at 11.
Kansans, Bridget Ostrom and David Ostrom were divorced a while back.
Huh?
Kansans, Bridget Ostrom and David Ostrom were divorced a while back.
Because they had the same last name, so okay.
Yeah. As often happens, there was some dispute with regards to child custody.
Okay.
But one filing by David caused the judge to order a psychological evaluation and temporarily banned him from seeing his kids without supervision.
Okay.
Psychological evaluation indicated he was not troubled, but had adjustment disorder with mixed emotional features. You want that in English?
Please.
In other words, he's angry about the dispute with his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Big shock.
So he's pissed at the ex.
What filing could possibly cause a judge to do such a thing?
What filing could do such that?
You got to make it to rehearsal one of these days.
We don't have rehearsals. We
do have rehearsals. Neither of us will show up.
That's the problem.
David requested trial by combat with Japanese katana.
He has been watching way too many manga.
He summoned his ex-wife, Bridget, to the battlefield, noting that her attorney, Matthew Hudson, could stand in her place as her champion if he wished.
So he's not fond of her attorney either.
Said,
I've heard that too. So
he said in his motions, he would rend their souls from their corporeal bodies.
Okay. Too much Game of Thrones for this boy.
Bridget Ostrom created a GoFundMe account asking for help covering her legal fees. Prior to him filing a motion asking the courts for permission to kill me, I had never refused him visits with the kids. She wrote in the fundraiser description.
So do we think there might be a cuckoo problem?
Well, apparently not. They had him checked out. David Ostrom previously told the Register that he filed the trial by combat request in an attempt to get media attention with the hope it could lead to both parties airing their grievances in front of a judge and reach a resolution.
Huh?
Which is what they were supposed to be doing anyway.
That's what would have happened if you just let things go.
So the trial by combat was just a clever ruse.
No, I still think he's got a screw loose and has watched way too much Game of Thrones. Rend their souls
from their
corporeal bodies. Yep. At the Palm Haven Mobile Home Park, St. Petersburg, Florida, feathers were flying. The smoking gun reports. 57-year-old Christine Turman became angry that a chicken belonging to her neighbor Lauren Stenzel had been chicken doing on the patio.
Pooping.
Defecating, yes.
Of course it had.
So it's a chicken. I don't think his neighbor wanted the chicken doing that in his place. I mean, on his property. So,
yeah.
According to the arrest report, the 57-year-old woman retrieved a bucket of pee from her bathroom and threw it at Stenzel, leading to two very important questions. One, why would you do that? And two, who the hell has a bucket of pee in their bathroom? I mean, except for Henry VIII back in the day. The bucket struck him in the face, causing him pain.
See, what she doesn't understand is the fundamentals of pee throwing from a bucket. You hold on to the bucket, you throw the pee.
Any liquid throwing from a bucket you should still have the bucket after said ingredients have been tossed. Bucket struck him in the face, but worse, the police reported the victim was wet when he arrived and smelled of urine.
Big shock.
You know, there's a piss off line here, but I can't even bring myself to use it at this point.
I concur.
Turman fessed up to the dousing and was booked into the county jail on a misdemeanor battery charge. Her 59-year-old boyfriend, Kevin Avery, who should have been there shaking his head going, she's an idiot. No, he was also arrested for threatening Stenzel in the presence of the officers. Oh, Florida.
I'm going to poop on your pillow.
How do you put that? they're a couple that were just destined to be together or a part of the same federal facility.
It's a love story for the ages.
Or something. It's some kind of story.
This is true, really news. Send email to titr@netradio.network.